When you begin to realize that others aren't going to show up for you the way you had hoped, it's easy to start building walls. You might think, why bother? You become quieter, maybe even stop reaching out altogether. And without meaning to, you slowly retreat into a smaller version of your life. But here's the thing, loneliness feeds on silence and isolation. The more you shrink your world, the louder that emptiness becomes. That's why it's so important to take little steps to reclaim your place, not just in your family, but in your life. One of the most powerful ways to do this is to start reconnecting with your sense of purpose. Because even when others aren't paying attention, you still matter. And when you do something that gives you meaning, that makes you feel useful or joyful, it creates a ripple effect. It reminds the world that you're still here, and it reminds you that you still have a lot to offer. So what does purpose look like at this stage of life? It doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to write a book or start a charity. Purpose can be something simple and deeply personal. It might be helping out a neighbor who struggles with groceries. Or maybe it's teaching your grandchild how to cook a family recipe, even if it has to happen over a video call. It could be something as quiet as waking up each morning and tending to a small garden, knowing those flowers are blooming because of you. And here's something else to consider. Sometimes, when we stop trying to make others see us the way we used to be, always needed, always at the center, we find a new kind of freedom. Because being needed is not the same as being valued. And the truth is, you don't have to be constantly involved in your family's every decision to still hold a place of love and wisdom in their hearts. Your role might be changing, yes. But that doesn't make you less important. It just means you're stepping into a new chapter. One where you can let go of some expectations and embrace more peace. Of course, that shift isn't always easy. There will still be moments when a certain holiday feels empty without the noise of little feet running around. Or when you send a message and it goes unanswered for days. In those moments, instead of letting disappointment harden your heart, try to soften into it. Tell yourself, it's okay to feel this. It's okay to miss them. But I won't let this define my worth. That gentle self-compassion is so powerful, especially when the world feels cold. And sometimes, speaking honestly, without blame, without anger, can work wonders. A simple, heartfelt conversation like, "I miss being around you more," can open a door. You don't need to guilt anyone into caring. You just need to express how you feel. And if they truly care, and most families do, even when they're distracted, they'll listen. Maybe not perfectly. Maybe not right away. But seeds will be planted. At the same time, it's also healthy to accept that some people may never show up the way you want. And that's a painful truth. But once you stop waiting for them to fill your cup, you can start filling it yourself, with new friendships, with hobbies that light you up, with a community that sees you for who you are today, not just who you used to be. That brings me to something else, community. It's easy to believe that the only real connections are with family. But life has room for all kinds of relationships. If your children are distant or always busy, that doesn't mean your days have to be. There are people out there, right now, who would be lucky to know you. People in your neighborhood, your local center, your church or group who would value your wisdom, your company, your stories. But sometimes, they're waiting for someone like you to say hello first. Don't underestimate how powerful a small gesture can be. That smile you offer to someone at the park. That warm greeting you give the mail carrier. That invitation you accept to join a walking group or a weekly class. These moments, as small as they seem, are threads. And when enough threads come together, they form a net that can catch you when the loneliness feels too heavy. You begin to remember that the world hasn't forgotten you, you just needed to step back into it. And let's talk about something that often gets overlooked, celebrating yourself. Yes, celebrate you. Not for what you've done for others. Not for the years of sacrifice. But for simply being who you are. For waking up each day and choosing to live with heart, even when it hurts. You are not invisible. You are still here. And that matters. Sometimes, we wait for others to recognize us, to thank us, to invite us back in. But today, You can choose to recognize yourself. You can choose to be your own source of light. Maybe that means journaling your thoughts, going for that walk, dancing to your favorite song when no one's watching. Maybe it means putting on that outfit that makes you feel strong and beautiful, even if it's just for the mirror. These small acts remind you that you are worth showing up for, even when no one else does. And remember this, healing doesn't happen all at once. Loneliness doesn't disappear overnight. But each day that you decide to nurture yourself, connect with others, and believe in your worth, you are taking back your life. Not the life you used to have, but the one you're still capable of building, right now, with everything you've learned, everything you've survived, and everything you still dream of. Let's keep going, because this conversation matters, and so do you.